Part 2 of Manifesto on Ecriture Feminine and Women's Transgressive Writing. What do women want? Women want to be avant-garde. We want to be on the cutting edge of literature, to operate within and outside of the margins. That's where we reside anyway. We're used to working within that area, and we are good at it. We have gotten so used to it that we are not actually considered avant-garde. It comes very naturally to us. This is what Sisu is talking about when she speaks or writes of the Ecriture Feminine. If we're actually paying attention to how we function within society, even at this stage, even in 2017, we have to admit to ourselves that our involvement in culture and politics is still very radical, and we operate, when we are being honest with ourselves, oppositionally. To be a woman writer or artist is to be truly and inherently avant-garde, whether you know it or not, whether you call yourself that or not. The revolutionary work of poetry, or to destroy language. If we could change our language, that is to say the way we think, we'd probably be able to swing the revolution, says John Cage. My own sentences on revolutionary politics, or poetics. To restructure language is to restructure thought, to restructure possibilities. 2. To scramble, if not permanently, which is impractical and not lead to the world we want, but temporarily, the world as we think we know it, the language that binds us to the world. To put new ideas, new juxtapositions into play, new planets into orbit. 3. As an instrument of instruction and propaganda, it is subject to the same pitfalls that all other forms of discourse and education fall prey to. 4. The avant-garde is the first wave, the groundwork of consciousness, preparing the field. Ecriture Feminine and the Petite Mort of writing. One of my interlocutors was talking about dying, little deaths, small deaths along the way of writing. This made me think of Petite Mort, which in French is orgasm. As I read Sisu, and as I think about her ecstasy in writing, talking about the flesh at work in a labor of love, I think more and more about the Petite Mort as a form of women's writing. This is all over Sisu. Her writing is full of ecstatic phrases about what it is to write. She does not fear the death of the author, either actual or metaphorical, nor does writing for Sisu promise immortality. It is an in-the-moment activity. In The Author in Truth, Sisu writes about striking out for the unknown, to make our way in the dark, to see the world with the fingers. This is the act of writing par excellence. In her Manifesto, Coming to Writing, there are extended passages that are all about losing yourself in mad love, amour fou, as André Breton wrote of. To writing, to a feminine writing, this is not a nihilistic death, as might be seen in Foucault or Barthes, but a joyous celebration of what it is to write, the text already the lover, who savors the weight and the promise, she explains. Text, not a detour, but the flesh at work as a labor of love. As if she were talking about the death of the author literally then, she says, in the beginning, there can only be dying, the abyss, the first laugh. In Sisu's definition of the text, I do not feel the need to repudiate stupid Derrida. I can accept that there is nothing outside the text, this Ecriture Feminine, in which all things live as long as they live. It's not a hedge against death, nor a headlong dive into death. It's not about immortality and what survives. Writing is its own joy, its own reward, its own pleasure. It is a petite mort that is meant to be shared. It is a revolution in language that is meant to liberate. It is a private moment, expressivist and confessional. It is. everything.